O solitude, if I must with thee dwell, let it not be among the jumbled heap of murky buildings. Climb with me the steep nature's observatory, whence the dell, its flowery slopes, its river's crystal swell, may seem a span. Let me thy vigils keep mongst boughs pavilioned, where the deer swift leap startles the wild bee from the fox glove bell. But though I'll gladly trace these scenes with thee, yet the sweet converse of an innocent mind, whose words are images of thoughts refined, is my soul's pleasure, and it sure must be almost the highest bliss of humankind, when to thy haunts two kindred spirits flee. The poem is structured as a Petrarchan sonnet with an octave, a sestet, and a volta marked by the word but. The rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, CDD, CDC, and is written in iambic pentameter. Every line is of 5 iambs, and iamb being an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. If I must be in solitude, let it not be in the craziness of city life with its jumbled buildings. Let it be in nature with its flowery valleys, or by the glittering river which seems only as long as a handspan from a distance. Let it be amidst boughs where the leap of the deer startles a resting wild bee from the petal of a foxglove flower. And yet, this is the Walter. Even though I'd gladly be alone, it is a sweet conversation and a special someone that is my soul's pleasure, because surely there is nothing more blissful than being alone together. Romanticism's obsession with the bucolic is, once again, as evident as it can be. Bucolic or pastoral poetry typically draws a contrast between the innocence and serenity of rural life and the misery and corruption of city life, and that is the essence of the first 3 lines of the poem. The imagery is, as one might expect, vividly visual. Between the valley, the river, and the bee, if you close your eyes, you can almost picture yourself on an undulating hill by the English countryside. The sestet of the poem adopts what is possibly a different idea from the typical. The narrator isn't immediately content with the beauty of nature and a quiet mind. He seeks something more. He seeks companionship. It was Keats' first ever published poem, but one could hardly deduce that from the polished adoption of all the styles of the era. If you wanted to pick a poem to reflect the innermost ideas of my mind, you needn't look much further than this. I believe there is something profoundly beautiful about having only your thoughts speak back to you. But social animals as we are, there is also something equally beautiful about listening to another's. And sometimes that's all we want, to look to our right and see that another human is also admiring those flower-strewn dales.